Continuing on that discussion about governments and how we govern, how we vote, we have Benjamin van Ophus, who's going to be talking about DAOcracy, how we can use DAOs to govern value and create value, and hopefully he'll have an answer to the participation problem for us. Benjamin, welcome.
This talk is going to be about DAOcracy. How is DAOcracy different from DAO? DAOcracy considers the whole system, including legal and, most importantly, the human component, which is you. So, amongst other things, DAOcracy means to collectively do something. So for the sake of this talk, we'll collectively turn into a DAOcracy. So for this, I would like to ask everyone that has a phone in their hand right now, just hold it up. And I'm serious about this. Everyone that has a phone in their hand right now, holds it up, wave it, and put it in your pocket, put it away. So we've just grown our DAOcracy by almost 50%. Now, I'm assuming that most of you guys are familiar with the 20/80 rule, which according to that rule, we only need 20% of you to actually achieve 80% of the outcome. Meaning that if 20% of you participate, it's going to be worthwhile for all of us. I didn't come up on stage to tell you guys something about me. I'm going to talk about you, because we collectively are a DAOcracy now. So I'm going to be telling you things about you, and to also test the participation level of this DAOcracy, I ask you to basically, as I tell you things about you, you guys are going to go, yes. So, ready for this? We're going to do this? So I'm going to tell you something about you now. You guys are bananas. Okay, let's do this again. You're bananas. Okay, where's the yes? So, okay, so this is what's happening right now. This is called voting fatigue. For this, we also have a solution, and that is delegation. So how about everyone just looks around, like make eye contact with anyone else in the audience. Just make eye contact and point at that person. Just do it. Eye contact, point at that person. So whoever's been pointed at, you're a delegate now, and you're gonna go double strong, okay? So you're gonna go again. You're bananas. Where's the yes? I don't hear the yes. You're bananas. You're independent. You're courageous. You are sexy. You're the future. Okay. So now that we have a decent DAOcracy together now, I'm going to propose a proposal. And you can vote on it. It's basically, I'm proposing the DAO booster. The DAO booster is very simple. On the count of 3, we all going to together scream, help, help. Maybe some more people hear that, and we'll boost our DAO. So I'm going to propose that now. Do you guys want to deploy the DAO booster? Okay, was that a yes? Like, do you guys? Okay, that was the yes vote. So now the maybes. Do we want to deploy the DAO booster? Okay. Do you want to deploy the DAO booster? And then now it's the no. Do you want to deploy the DAO booster? Okay, so we're gonna go yes. Okay, so DAO booster is on the count of 3. We're all gonna scream help, help. Okay. DAO booster, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. One person came, so we just grew the DAOcracy by 0.5%. Nice, but it's working. So now that we have a decent-sized DAOcracy, it's time for the bad news. Everybody go, oh. Okay, we've only been playing. Okay, so let's get real. When stuff had to get real for NEOKingdom DAO, who I represent, I send an email to the next speaker, the real speaker of today. I'm not a real speaker. So the real speaker, the real star of the show, and now everybody say, "Hi, Marco." Hi, Marco. Okay, Marco. There you go. Thanks, guys. That's the real star.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to work in the legal department of that DAO. What I didn't know about, otherwise I would have written like a disclaimer and stuff, and heart condition, pregnancy, you know. Sorry, but let's go on. I actually want to take you through a journey, and the journey is how we got here where we are. And it's going to take about 10 minutes, so hold on, it's not long, but I hope that you all learn something from it. We learned it the hard way, but maybe you can get some shortcuts. So, Benjamin has always good ideas. But how it all started for me was that Benjamin, as a e-resident, sent a bunch of emails to different Estonian companies through e-residency marketplace, asking about the tokenization of LLC. It was January 2021. And one of those emails, one of them who got the email was me. I was working at a small law firm, Oblicit, at that time, and I responded it. As you can see, there is nothing about democracy, social fairness, like this is pure legal. When we got a little bit back and forth with the emails, and it appeared to me that this is not about tokenization, it's some kind of save the planet or save the humanity type of project. So I answered Ben that basically Estonia is a perfect place. We got the residency, we can sell shares without a notary. But the bottom line is that tokenization of a company is the least important problem that you're going to have. And I actually never thought that Benjamin was going to answer it. But he did, which was surprising for me. Because we are kind of different, as you can notice. So it took us 5 months to get everything that was set in his head into bullet points that we actually agreed on. But we agreed what is a share, what is a token, what is revenue, what is value. After that, it took another 1 month to write the articles of association and the shareholders agreement, which is the foundation of a DAO. And when we wanted to validate it, just like a little bit, and the first one I approached to was the Ministry of Justice, for the simple reason that the commercial law allows to do quite a lot of things, but they are like gray area. For example, the law says that dividends have to be paid in cash, but they can be paid in assets, such as virtual currency, if a shareholder agrees with it. Now, my question was, can the shareholder agree with it in advance and permanently? Because we can't build a DAO with automated dividend system if there is like 5% of shareholders who are going to say that no, I want cash. The answer from the Ministry of Justice was pure cold, saying that they are giving legal explanations. I'm asking legal aid, and I should approach to some kind of lawyer for legal advice, which I took mental notice, but nothing else, actually. So our institution that I approached was the Tax and Customs Board, Because the question was that if we're going to tokenize something, then the question is, what kind of tax is implemented on the level of a company? Is it like, will the tax and customs board will look at it as a stock options that might be fringe benefits or some kind of a taxable event, or is it like a salary? And we actually paid a 1,000 euro state fee to get the preliminary ruling. And the tax and customs board said that they are not going to answer us because the applicant has not been registered and the event is hypothetical. The irony of that is that the law says that you can ask a preliminary ruling only before the event. So if we are talking about registering a tokenized company, when the registration itself is the event, and after that I cannot ask a ruling anymore. And before that they are saying that it's hypothetical and they are not going to answer it. So it was like a tough moment, and it was a question that should we go on or just skip it? And Benjamin decided that let's experiment. What's the worst that can happen? So we got the pilot project. Benjamin has a physical business in Germany, which is the Telediska booth that you can all visit downstairs. And we turned this into a DAO, and we managed to register it in the end of 2021. And why it's important is that now we had basically the legal foundation. Exactly 3 days later, I met for the first time with the developers. And it was like a match made in heaven. Which, of course, I'm kidding. Which, I don't know how many times I have wanted just to kill them. And I know that the feeling is vice versa. The thing was that the developers had the agreed legal framework. So they had to code, not being familiar with the Estonian legal system, actually being Italians, living in Germany, they needed to code Estonian articles of association and the requirements of a commercial law into code. And it was hard, but we did it. And that allowed us to reach to the second phase, and this is the NEOKingdom. So in December 2022, we registered the real thing, the NEOKingdom DAO. So this was like a really big milestone for us. So we had the code, we had the legal part, we had tested it before, and it seemed like it's going well. So if you're feeling that something is going well, what you should do? Upgrade. So 2023 started with the idea that we need a code 2.0, and of course we need to upgrade the legal part. So we started to go through the code and the legal part again, and it was a mess. Because once again, there was a mutual love between the developers and the legal side. So I can give you 30 seconds to guess what is wrong with the text which is on screen. There is a specific thing that is wrong and why the developers cannot agree with it. Does anybody notice it? No? It's a simple thing. 6 months. Smart contracts are unable to count in months. They count in days. So in the next version of a legal, this will be 181 days. Because we cannot use months. Because we need to be hand in hand with the code. So it took us like few months to go it all over, and when I thought that now it's done, we tried to register a new board member. And when the Estonian commercial register strike us, saying that all the documents submitted to the Estonian register need to be in Estonian or bilingual, meaning Estonian and English. So what was the problem? We did the shareholders' resolution bilingual, the title, appointing additional board member, täiendava juhatuse liikme nimetamine, the body text, it's bilingual. What is wrong with it? Voting summary is in English. They needed us to translate it. This is something that we are going to handle sometime in May, no, not in May, maybe in June, to get our system in a way that the UI allows to basically choose to print out the shareholders agreement either in English or in Estonian. It's, for me, it is quite of a waste of time, but this is how it is. So it has been a hard journey, but last week the code 2.0 actually came out. So this is a new DApp that we have. All the shareholders, meaning the members of the DAO, can log in, can track time if they are contributors, they see the minted tokens, they see the resolutions, they can vote. All the votes are legally shareholders' resolutions. They are legally binding. All the DAO members can go to Estonian court if they don't like something. So it is really legally sound. Now that this part is done, I hope to finish the legal upgrade next week, and then I hope that we are going to manage to finalize an analysis of our token with PwC. We have been working with them since January, and at the moment it seems that we are going to be able to say that our token is a utility token and not a security token, because of a quite complex legal and technical setup. But this might change with Mika, I don't know yet. But at the moment, I think that we are fine, and actually we have created something quite unique. So this is basically all from me. All I wanted to say is that if you want to hear the other side of a story from the developers, then tomorrow there is a workshop at 1 p.m. Where our fantastic developers are going to talk their side of how is it to code the legal first approach that you have legal document and you need to put it into the code without knowing like the big picture. But you create something magnificent and unique. So now that I'm getting back my normal heartbeat, it's time to finish. So thank you very much for Benjamin, for the journey that we are having. If you want to know anything more in details, then come to our Teledisco booth. We can talk to you, we can show you the app, we can discuss the coding, the legal parts and everything else. Also the ideas, because in the long run, we are going to save the planet. I'm now fine with it. And yeah, this is us, this is NEOKingdom. Thank you.